What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Le Mans. One of the most historical, famous racing events we have in the world, man. But we are going to check out the deep part, the scary part of it. Obviously, at times, it's not always good. Racing disaster. Shout out to Fascinating Horror. All credit goes to him big time. I guess we just start. Duhan. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Sorry about that. Also, he got replaced, and I think by Franco Colapinto. But listen, Duhan didn't really set the world on fire as a rookie came in. Kind of been a bit disappointing. Some spin out, some bad finishes. I mean, it's been tough. It's been tough. You know, I mentioned this about a week or so ago about like the rookies not being as good as I thought, outside of like Kimi and Antonelli, like Bierman at times. But hey, man, you guys let me know, guys, thoughts and comments down below. Hopefully, you know, Colapinto gives us some good, you know, to look forward to in the Alpine team. Plus, Alpine's team principal just left, so there's some changes going on in Alpine, man. Damn. Outside of that, let's get started. But what's gonna go down? What is gonna go down, man?
On the 11th of June 1955, at a motor racing event in Le Mans, France, two cars collided at high speed, sending one vehicle careening into the air. In the ensuing crash, one driver would be killed, but so would an almost incomprehensible number of spectators. The Le Mans motor racing disaster would go down in history as the most deadly motor racing crash of all time.
Oh yeah.
The Circuit de la Sarthe is a semi-permanent motorsports racecourse in Le Mans, in France. Part of the course consists of public roads that are used throughout the year whenever events are not taking place. The remaining portions of the circuit are private, opened only for competitions. In total, the track is about 13.6 kilometers or 8.5 miles long. In 1955, the track had a number of interesting features.
That's a big track.
Including one of the longest straight sections of any motor racing track available at the time. A 6 kilometer or 3.7 mile long straight allowed drivers to achieve incredible speeds as they competed, making for particularly exciting races.
So people just driving down that course, 300 miles per hour, just straight, just demons flying down the road. Oh gosh, I mean, jeez, man, like, look how long that straight is. Oh jeez, man. Let's keep going, but boy, oh boy, that's
The 24 hours of Le Mans race had been running annually since 1923,
yes, sir.
Breaking only for wars and general strikes. It was the world's most prestigious endurance race. Cars would complete repeated laps of the circuit over...
Hold on. So, I always forget about, like, the start of, like, the Le Mans race. So, these dudes just... The first one to get to a car, basically. If you're first to get to a car, you can just take off. All right.
for the course of 24 hours, with the top prize going to the team of drivers who travelled the furthest distance overall within that time limit.
What if you got pissed?
This meant that it wasn't just speed that mattered, but efficiency, reliability, and teamwork too. Among the competing teams in 1955 were several well-known names. From Italy, Ferrari. From Britain, Jaguar. And from Germany, Mercedes-Benz. Anticipation for the race was high. World War II had ended just a decade ago, and this was one of the first times that nations which had previously been at war would compete in a more civilized competition. Because of this, some media outlets took to referring to the race as World War II on the tracks. Excitement levels were high, and many spectators turned out to throng the length of the course.
That's crazy.
As many as 300,000 people were present, watching cars zip by at speeds of up to 270 kilometers or 168 miles per hour. It's important to note that the course was not designed for cars that could achieve such speeds. The layout had been set in the 1920s. Since then, automotive technology had developed, and the top speed of the average race car had almost doubled. Despite these changes, few new safety features had been introduced in the same period.
Typical.
Most drivers, for example, did not wear seatbelts, with some taking the view that in the event of a crash, it was safer to be thrown clear of the vehicle. Spectators, meanwhile, were in many places separated from the track only by a ditch, a low mound of earth, or a flimsy wooden or wire fence. The accident took place as Mike Hawthorne, driving for Jaguar, was just about to complete his 35th
He
circuit.
was
On his previous lap,
F1
his
champion,
team had
right?
signaled that he should come in for a pit stop the next time around. This he
Hawthorne.
now did, signalling with his hand that he was about to pull over, and then braking to lower his speed. His car was equipped with disc brakes, a brand new technology at the time, which allowed him to reduce his speed extraordinarily quickly. Just behind Mike Hawthorne at this point was Lance Macklin, driving an Austin Healey. Surprised by Mike Hawthorne's sudden braking, Lance swerved, clipping the edge of the track and throwing up a small cloud of dust. The maneuver appeared to make him lose control. As Lance Macklin veered across the track, fighting to regain control of his vehicle, he was clipped by Pierre Levay, a Mercedes-Benz driver. Lance Macklin's car acted like a ramp, sending Pierre Levay hurtling into the air and towards the nearby grandstand, packed with spectators. The Mercedes-Benz landed between the spectators and the track, bounced, then slammed into a concrete pillar, disintegrating into a mass of debris. Such was the momentum of the vehicle that its heaviest parts hurtled onward through the crowd for almost 100 meters, or 328 feet, cartwheeling over and over, causing hundreds of traumatic injuries. Many
Oh my god. Golly. All right. That's yeah, that's scary. That's jeez. I mean, that's the only thing I just hate about back then racing, like the crowd management, safety, like track safety. I mean, holy, like the car flew in the air like Superman into an area where people are, and just the debris and all is just flying. Oh, jeez. Oh my god.
Spectators were instantly killed by the flying debris. To make matters worse, the car's rear fuel tank then exploded.
Oh, yeah.
And the subsequent fire ignited the remaining bodywork. This bodywork was made of an experimental magnesium alloy. Magnesium is flammable and burns with a white-hot flame that is difficult to extinguish. Indeed, dousing a magnesium fire with water will only cause it to intensify and spread. Because of this, it took several hours to extinguish the fire which resulted from the crash. While all this was happening, the race continued, with the remaining cars roaring through the devastation, still piling up the laps even as bodies were removed from the stands. Organisers would later face criticism for not calling a halt to proceedings, but they...
yeah. I mean, people are just dying left and right. You know, fires is going on. First of all, so y'all just gonna just continue to just drive, lap by lap. Every lap, you're just seeing just damage and just hell just breaking loose. Nobody said nothing. You don't even bother to stop the car and help. And then the people who running the show, I mean, come on. None of y'all, nobody decides to like interfere, step in, break it, halt the race. Y'all want to win it that bad. I mean, to me, it's just common courtesy. That's how I see it. It's just general, it's just general, like basics. Like that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, though. That's crazy to me.
The race, spectators from all along the course, not just from the area immediately surrounding the affected grandstand, would leave all at once, jamming nearby roads and preventing rescue vehicles from gaining access.
Yeah.
By allowing the race to carry on, officials hoped that they would prevent a panic and facilitate the rescue effort for survivors.
I didn't think about
Pierre
that.
Levay, whose disintegrating Mercedes-Benz caused the majority of the carnage,
did I just rant for no reason?
The accident. He was thrown from his vehicle shortly after impact and died instantly when he hit the ground.
Oof.
Lance Macklin, the Austin Healey driver who swerved to avoid the car in front of him and whose own car had acted like a ramp to catapult Pierre Levey into the stand, survived.
Oof.
As he wrestled his swerving car to a halt, he ran down and seriously injured several race officials, but he himself emerged unscathed.
Oof,
Finally,
crazy.
Mike Hawthorne, whose sudden braking as he pulled into the pit had started the chain of events that led to the disaster, survived. Not only did he survive, in fact, but he carried on with the race, completing circuit after circuit for several more hours. As night fell and other teams quietly pulled out of the race, Jaguar refused to surrender. Mike Hawthorne finished the 24-hour race early on Sunday morning and was crowned the victor. While he was distraught at what had happened, he was also nonetheless pictured swigging champagne and smiling broadly as he received his prize.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The image of Hawthorne as the victor of the race was the subject of considerable anger.
Yeah, that's crazy.
One French magazine republished it with the sarcastic caption, "To your health, Mr. Hawthorne."
Yeah, that's
In total, around 80 people had been killed,
Jeez.
and many more seriously injured in the crash, a death toll that was felt the world over. The disaster resulted in an immediate ban on motorsports in many European countries. This lasted at least a year in most cases and was lifted only once tracks had been modified extensively to offer a greater degree of safety to spectators. Several drivers who were present were so horrified by what they had seen that they retired permanently from racing.
God. That's like PTSD, it's hard to keep doing something like motorsport. First of all, knowing how dangerous it was back then, and then seeing a event like that play out right in front of you, you are gonna, start. You aren't gonna feel good about yourself. It's hard to carry on doing that. I don't blame them. I would highly think about it and do it as well. But I mean, I've always said though, it always takes for a bad moment for change to happen. I mean, that's what happened here. I mean, a whole year.
Mercedes-Benz finished the season and then ceased its participation in motorsports altogether. The question of who was to blame for the crash was a contentious one. The various teams involved blamed one another, but an official government inquiry determined that no one driver had been responsible for the disaster. Instead, the design of the track and spectator areas at Le Mans was the real cause.
Look how close they're doing the pit stops.
Many changes were made to the Circuit de
on the track
and to other racetracks around the world. Spectators were generally placed further away from the action, with protective fences and barricades installed in some cases. Pit areas were separated from the track, and more thought was given to track design to prevent excessive speed or to make fast sections of the track safer and simpler. The vehicles used in motorsports also became steadily safer over time. Helmets and seatbelts are now mandatory, and cars are designed with the safety of drivers and spectators in mind. A small memorial to the dead is in place at the Circuit de la Sarthe, a plaque featuring a simple cross and the date of the disaster.
June.
The 24 Hours of Le Mans race continues to be held year on year, and though there are occasional accidents, it is rare for a race to be marred by even a single fatality.
I mean, it's too advanced
Motor racing
now.
remains a somewhat risky
too advanced
sport,
now.
But thanks to advancements in technology and changes in track design, it is unlikely that there will ever be a crash more deadly than the 1955 disaster at Le Mans.
We got dudes just running from one side of the track, the first one to get to a car and take off. That's crazy to me. Anyway, hope you guys did enjoy the video as always, man. The Le Mans motor racing disaster. Again, shout out to Fascinating Horror. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Don't forget to like the video, sub as well. As always, see you guys soon. Peace.